Hi everybody, it's me, Scott here. We are in Nanning with a good friend of mine. Please welcome Mr. Tim.
Hey, thanks for having me, Scott.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Tim.
being
Hi.
here, brother.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm Tim Rainwater. I'm a 35-year-old American/Canadian, and I've been living here in Nanning for about 9 years now. Happily married with my own 2 kids, and I consider myself a motorcyclist, adventurer/teacher.
Ooh.
So yeah,
That's a lot of slashes there.
I know I tend to diversify myself to have maximum experiences, I guess. Yesterday was a definitely crazy adventure where I showed you some of the cycling world, right? You had a chance to ride on 2 separate types of motorcycles.
Ooh.
You had your first experience on an electric racing motorcycle, by definition. Even experienced a little bit of street racing, maybe. And then secondly, you had your first experience on a adventure bike, ADV motorcycle, where we kind of explored the northern regions of Nanning, got some curvy roads out there, and had some fun doing photography on the back of a motorcycle.
Oh, that was scary.
Oh man, but you experienced it, right? That was half the joy. You definitely gained my respect on that one as a true photographer and a seeker for that perfect shot.
We did some other things too, like playing DnD.
Oh man, yeah, you did get to experience our weekly Dungeons and Dragons session on Sunday. In this game, you have a storyteller who creates the story for players. There's a team of players who are fantasy characters in a fantasy world created by the storytellers. No different than, say, writing a novel, except for it's not one person writing the novel, because every player is writing their own character, right? Your storyteller is the narrator for the novel, and the other players are the characters in that story.
There's a lot to do with teamwork and bonding.
Absolutely.
Creativity with the storytelling, freedom, imagination, yeah.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the key to who I am, is using your imagination. Like I said before, imagination is the greatest tool that you can have to make your life beautiful, right? If you can inspire someone to gain their imagination, you can make a difference in the world.
What's the pebble that you're dropping right now?
My clothing brand,
Yeah?
in the least. Absolutely. My clothing.
Da-da-da-da!
Right? I understand that good, positive art can have an effect on people, right? When you put the clothing on and you feel good things can happen.
Letting people have a lasting positive effect.
Right, absolutely. My goal isn't to create shirts I like. My goal is to have that positive effect come out. You know, I share pictures of it being produced and go like, oh, when's it going on sale? All right, I'm like, yeah, right, when? And as soon as that first one goes on sale, then we start to vote for the next one.
Something else that I like to talk about is, something a lot of people are very curious and interested about right now, which is the AI revolution.
Right. ChatGPT is interesting because it's what we call the sounding board, right? Where you say something and something comes back out, and then you can think about it. It's your best friend that you can just sit there back and forth, back and forth. That's where it's not what you know, it's about knowing how to ask the right question. That's where the human imagination comes from. You have to have that spark of creativity to think of the right question to ask. Because when you ask the right questions, that's when you find out the best answers. Here's the thing, the losing the jobs part, the internet did the same thing, right? When the internet was developed, a lot of people lost different jobs, but you can't think of it as losing. It's not losing, we're developing as a community. Yeah.
I think what you're saying now is that people are afraid of their imagination and afraid of putting that into motion because they don't know of the outcomes.
They don't. You don't know what you don't know. You have to have your imagination to see what you're going to do in the next step, right? That's where imagination is so necessary. Thank you, Mr. Scott.
Thanks, man.
All right. And thank you guys too for hanging out here with us and enjoying this little short conversation Mr. Scott has brought to you. I stole your answer. I stole your answer, didn't I? I almost
don't know what to say anymore.
just let me take it out. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Again, there might be a part 2. Mr. Scott. Check it out if there's one. If not, catch you around. Have a nice day, guys.
Catch you later.
Bye. Did I steal your out?
No,
I stole your outro, baby. I stole your outro.